beyond labels.
The problem with racism and all that kind of stuff, it all comes from a sense of people not having a solid enough sense of self. Do you get me? That they need, that they feel like they need to project their insecurities outward. Do you know what I mean? Like all of it comes from, like I said, it's all insecurities. Because really and truly, we are all born the same. Do you get me? But then we're all conditioned to think very differently outside of ourselves. But really and truly, once we connect deeper with who we are, then there's no reason. Like when you really connect with yourself in it and you realize who you are, you have no reason to hate on another man, because you know you're just as capable as anyone else.
That's
You're not gonna hate on another man because they're getting these jobs. That's such a stupid, weak-minded sort of thing to say. Like, are you not capable? Do you get me? And it just shows that these guys don't have a solid grip on their own capabilities. Do you get me? Because they're not in tune with themselves. You feel me? When you're in tune with yourself, when you're in tune with your humanity, you realize that you don't need to hate on anyone outside of yourself, because there's more than enough in this life, in this world, in it, to fulfill you, bruv. 10 lives over, bruv. Do you get me?
Yeah.
And that's what people aren't connected with themselves. Therefore, we're playing this outwardly game where everyone's trying to reach out and compete outwardly and whatnot, fam. You get me? And that's where the racism's coming from, because people are connected inside, fam. You get me? So they're seeking all this outside stuff.
Then people that have it all, but still feel a certain way, you know?
Yeah, see, that people that have it all and then feel a certain type of way is because it just depends on how, because like I say, you may feel like they have an advantage in certain respect, but
every aspect. Let's say in the sense
we're literally.
Yeah, go on then.
Sorry, go on. You're saying the sense of.
In the sense of, like, first of all, you know, like since we're talking about racism anyway, you know, they're like, I personally think no man is superior to me. I don't care what skin tone you are, but let's say, you know, facts still remain, thanks to being, let's say, Caucasian, you have better chances than me, let's say, you know what I'm saying? For me, that's not something that I keep in count, but I don't need to keep in account. Just everything else, let's say, like the way that everything is organized will keep in account for me. You know what I'm saying? It bursts my bubble whether I want to or not. So for me, that is something, for example, like that person has already the skin tone, this color skin has an advantage towards me, and he has, let's say, money, he's got the best car and everything, but when he sees me, he still has something against me in that sense. Like, he still sees like, raw, that guy, I just don't like him, you know what I'm saying? You get me?
No, see, I don't think that, because it may seem like they have the advantage in it, but in a lot of respect, when you actually look at the big picture, they don't, you feel me? Because there's still a lot of rich kids who have had a silver spoon, and because they've had a silver spoon in their mouth, they've turned out to be completely useless. They're completely useless because they've never had to learn how to. Everything's always been done for them. Do you get me? Whereas us, we've come out the mud, fam. We've had to hustle, bro. We've learned a lot. I always say in it, like the struggles that you go through in it, the struggles that you individually go through in it, is your advantage over everyone in life. Do you get me? Because when you come out of
for real.
It's like gymming. Do you get me? It's like it's the sets that you're gonna do that's gonna give you the muscles, fam. Do you get me? You become such a better person, a stronger person when you overcome those challenges. You get me? People who don't have those challenges to overcome turn out useless, fam. Turn out depressed, self-pity, just doing drugs, doing all of that kind of stuff. You get me in it? Yeah. So it may seem like they may be advantaged, but they're really not, because you have a certain mind frame, a certain skill set that is far. That's greater than what they have. Do you get me? Which is why when they see you, they still see the competition. Do you get me? Because they see your energy and they feel the vibration. You feel me? And it's like, raw, this guy's on job. I'm still living with my parents, bruv. My parents pay for everything, all of that kind of stuff. But this guy's independent. Do you get me?
Yeah.
So like I say, it all literally balances out. Do you get me? I don't feel like anyone's advantage or disadvantage in it. Yeah, when you really come into contact with who you really are, fam.
Yeah, I see that. No, you're right.
Yeah. So like going back like to what you lot was saying, don't you think like Ray was talking about like being in tune with your humanity? Don't you think like people are artificially conditioned to hate each other? That humanity doesn't go with capitalism, because capitalism turns individuals into society into like from a young age hating on each other, like okay, it's a competition, individualism, making money. Oh, he's got more money than me, fuck him, I need to make more money. Oh, that black guy, that fucking black bastard, who do you think he is? with his fucking food, whatever. Like, let's burn that shit down. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah, word.
so indirectly,
This is what I'm saying. This is like the depth. What I've come to really realize in it, in all honesty, in it, yeah, is that capitalism society in it, yeah, it's pretty much anti-human. I read in a Napoleon Hill's book in a Think and Grow Rich said that the fallacy of sort of man right now is that all like societies that is driving man like a machine, it's working man like a machine, but man was not designed to work like a machine. You feel me, fam? To go and dedicate your entire life to doing something you're not passionate about, you're not interested in, just to to forward the system. It's not right. That's what's driving the psychosis of man. You feel me? That's where the depression is coming in. Do you get me? Because it's like a flipping a Ferrari. It's unnatural. It's unnatural for us to be like that. Do you get me? For our physical health and our mental health as well. Do you get me? But society just drives this rhetoric that makes people kind of just lose themselves. You feel me? And that's where it's all coming from. And that's why, to an extent, in it, yeah, even this racist and whatnot in it, yeah, I have a piece of empathy for them. Do you get me? In it, I think they're silly, but I have a lot of empathy for them because
they've been conditioned.
Yeah,
Martin
Luther King said that, like, he wants to like heal or liberate the racists from their racism. You know?
Yeah, because
real talk.
It is applied because really and truly, when you deep in it, anyone who's ready to throw out such mad hate and pain in it, yeah, means that they themselves are pained. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like I said,
they hurt.
If you was in tune with yourself in it and you was in a good place, fam, you find no reason. There'll be no reason for you to hate on anyone. Do you get me? But these races, they're so contorted in their mind frame. They've been so brainwashed. They've been themselves abused to the point where they now have all of this pent up frustrations that when it gets to a boiling point, they feel like they have to, release it. Do you get me, fam? And then the target becomes who they've been sort of engineered to target. Do you get me? Which is the black people who they've been taught that it's lower than them or lesser than them and all of that kind of stuff. They automatically become the target. You feel me? It's because these people have been battered themselves, fam.
And racism,
a lot of it comes down to education as well, though. You get me? Like, because you can get them from races from all types of backgrounds. They could be rich, could be
True.
Fat
Rich,
racist,
poor, even black.
Racist.
There's also some racist black people. Let's not forget that.
Yeah, but it's just the education and what they've been taught. Like because you can see now, yeah. You know what? There's one time, yeah. I remember now. I was in Sheffield actually in uni, innit? I must have been in like Tesco or something. I was just walking by, and then there was like a kid, like just getting about and stuff. Like when a kid wanders off, and then the dad goes, "Oh, watch out for that black guy there." And it's like, it threw me off, innit? It threw me off. Last thinking like, what? Like I was the only person in the aisle, so. Yeah, obviously I'm a black guy, but you don't have to point out my skin, my color. You get me? Like, point out the obvious, innit? So,
as supposed to what? What was he supposed to say?
Yo,
watch out for the Ghanaian guy over there.
Yeah, but like you don't need to point it out, innit? You don't need to point it out. Like, why did you have to point it out? Because it was a white guy. You wouldn't have said that.
Facts, right? You could have just said, "Watch out for that guy, fam." You didn't have to.
Yeah, I was the only
directly
guy
indicate the color. Yeah.
So you know that guy. Yeah, he's teaching his kids all that. He's saying some stuff.
Yeah. It starts at home, man. It starts at home because kids aren't racist. Kids aren't racist. They are conditioned to be racist. Like I think racism is obviously it's a tool that the elite uses to keep like that pyramid in check. You know what I mean? Because you need to have like fights between people underneath. You need like the white working conflict. Man need to think like the brown, the black working man is stealing his jobs, so that the elite guys who are not even all white, you know what I mean? Of course, there's a concentration of white elite people, but they're black. There are black people that are elite as well. I think it's a class system at a certain point. But they need that divide and conquer scheme, so the guy can the working man, the working white man can go out and say like, look at these foreigners, or look at these like brown or black people, whatever color people are stealing our jobs, or they are the reason why things are not going well for me. You know what I mean?
I personally think in it, there's a rhetoric out there in it, to literally keep people dumb and stupid. Because when you look at society, in it, yeah, really and truly, there's so much, yeah, that's just
potential
fucking people up, bro. Like I'm talking deep fucking people up, fam, from what we watch to the type of food we eat to the type of ideology, what we're hearing, everything that literally in it. I feel like if you imagine it, you're like say everything's is a wave and a vibration in it, and as you go forward in it, yeah, you have a take in the rays of these vibrations that are available in it, yeah. In your every single day, you're walking just calmly in it, yeah, and there's so much shit bombarding you, bro. There's so much shit just constantly bombarding you to a point where you're just eating all of these different type of vibrations that may not suit you, that may be harmful for you, but there's just so much of it. You don't even know what you're taking in and what you're not. You get me? From the news you listen to, the music, the environment, the people, the ideologies, everything that is just literally, I feel like in it, it's just so much that's just dragging our humanity down, bro. Like reducing our humanity to nothing, brother. Making people feel like they're nothing, because really and truly in it, yeah, every single one of us, every single one of you right now in it, yeah, has infinite potential, bro, to literally do and be anything. Do you know what I mean, fam? Definitely. But they don't want that, bro. They don't want that, because when you know you can do and be anything, bro, you don't need to play this stupid game that they got you playing, fam. You get me?
They can't control you anymore.
They can't, exactly, to control.
But we have to be careful. Because what I'm saying is like, yeah, it's true. We can do. We have enormous potential. I'm the banking guy, as in I'm not defending the capitalists.
I wanted to have your point of view about that, because we spoke about it in the past, and like how do you see it, like in a short term, indirect way? What's your take on it?
Well, on the short term, my vision is, I think, is if you're not careful, then it's going to lead to chaos, because it's true that people are being like dragged down and being conditioned to think that they're less than shit, that they can't do anything they set their mind to, or you have to live within, a certain framework. It's true. But the thing is, like, if you take enough people out of that framework, thinking independently and doing whatever the fuck they want, then that leads to chaos. There's no more control. It happened in the past. Like if you go way back, we've been like, right now we're using money to control people. But before, what was it? Before it was religion, and before that, what was it? It was something else. So there's always a new system in place, and a new way that people that are on the top are imagining to control the mass and the population. Now it's money, but maybe later it's going to be technology. And then after that, it's going to be something else. I don't know. What I'm saying is like, it's true. But if too many people just wakes up at the same time, like the Matrix, if everyone takes the blue pill, then it all goes to shit.
But look at what we have now, though. To get me, for me, I personally think in it, coming from the perspective of wanting the best for humanity, I think personally what we have right now is a piece of shit, bro. Do you get me?
Yeah.
It's literally, like the system right now, innit? You're saying it might crumble, but bro, it's fucked up right now. It's fucking people up. There's suicides. There's all type of fuck shit that's going on right now because of the system that is in place at the moment. Do you get me? So I'm not gonna lie, I'm all for the change. You feel me? And I get it, innit? If too many people wake up, then it's gonna throw off the system and whatnot. But the system right now is literally designed for control, fam. It's literally designed to keep people down, to keep people repressed, innit? Yeah, I'm all for risking every human fucking knowing themselves and reaching their highest potential in it, yeah. And then whatever chaos ensuing, and then some order coming out of that.
So we should press the reset button for you then. Like we should start all over again.
So can I just go back to what like Innocent said, and like juxtapose like to what Ray said? Like, do you think, like, Innocent, that it is naturally like ingrained in human society to be controlled by leaders? So it it is a natural way of life that we as a species like kind of like organize ourselves. Like we always look like for a leader. We always look like for people.
We always look for guidance.
It's true.
Like we are set up in a certain way where like we need to be controlled by like some dons above us so chaos doesn't ensue. Is that what you're trying to say? Or perhaps maybe we can find like an other way, like where Ray's saying like to like unleash like our full potential as a species, we have to like let it go, enable like ultimate freedom for everyone.
What I'm saying is like humanity, as in we've got that potential to do amazing things, but given enough time, it's like it's human nature to fuck up. You know, it's human nature to be greedy. It's human nature to always want more. You know, so when push comes to shove, yeah, we don't want to take responsibility. It's just the way it is. So we're always going to be looking for that one power or that one person or that one leaders to follow, so that in case anything goes to shit, we can say, yeah, we're just following orders. You know, just following that person. It's God that made me do it. You know what I mean?
I hear that, but that's once again in it. Yeah, when we're looking outside for answers, we're looking to other people for answers. You feel me?
That's true.
It may be even like a spiritual journey, but when you go inside, in it, yeah, when you understand that you're responsible for everything, you stop looking for other people to fix your problems, in it. When things go wrong, you stop saying it's that this person and that person's fault. You take on the responsibility, and thus you then make change and whatnot. Do you get me? And what I was gonna say to that is, there's a difference between control and order. Definitely, we need order, but I don't know. Maybe it's just me as a human being, in it. Yeah, I can't be controlled, bro, because I hate being controlled, because there's just so much breath and there's just so much wonder in humanity and just being alive, brother, being in this world, that who's gonna tell me that I shouldn't do this or that and da 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 da. Do you get me? Like, why can't I? Like, nigga, I'm gonna die one day. I'm gonna die one day. All of this experience that man's going through is gonna cease one day, fam. So I won't allow no one to tell me that I can't go and experience this, do that, or be this and that and before my time is up.
I agree with you. Yo, Ray, like before going like to the next subject, do you think ultimately that we as people born in this society, do you think that we have free will, or that we are socially engineered to like be who we are?
Absolutely.
Do you think that we've got free will, or is there really a choice? Because ultimately,
it's an illusion.
Like I'm with you, like Ray, I'm with you 100%. I truly believe in freedom. I truly believe like in the unlimited possibilities within mankind. I truly believe like our species will destroy itself if we continue to follow the path of the capitalists.
Yeah.
But on the other side, I can concur with like what Innocent said, is like, is it really though? Or are we just naturally like inclined to like follow certain structures or follow certain leaders? And then my last point will be like, do we really have free will? How free are you? Because you want to be free, Ray, but at the end of the day, you have to pay these bills. So you as a free man, are you going to be like a real counterweight to like the whole machine that's above us? What can we do as individuals to like reach that level of freedom that you're talking about?
As individuals, yeah, like for me, in it, yeah, if I'm completely honest, it goes beyond just being a human, in it, or just being like a physical being. Do you get me, in it, yeah, and wanting to sort of make a path through these physical things, because really and truly, like going back to your point about, are we actually are we free and whatnot, we've all been brought up in a system that educates us to be and behave in a certain way. Do you get me? And thus we then start looking for all of these outside things to then justify what we need. Do you get me? So for example, you say you do need to pay your bills, but the reason why you have the house that you have, or you're in the position that you're in, because you think that's the optimal thing that you should be doing at your stage and whatnot. You get me? Because of ideas that you've been given to you. A little example of that is like, I think to myself sometimes, because I've always wanted to be famous, I always wanted to make a lot of money, I wanted to do this and da. But then one day I was just watching something on like nature, seeing like waterfalls and all of that stuff, and I was like, raw, holy shit, like something in me just hit, and I was like, raw, I want to be experiencing that, I want to be doing that. Do you get me? And I'm like, raw, so do I want to be rich and famous and all of that kind of shit, or do I want to be a part of nature, fam? Do you get me? And I'm thinking, what are these goals is actually mine? Because the rich and famous stuff is just as a result of being in this society that kind of, you think, okay, the optimum level for me to go, or the best way that's going to suit me is going to be this material kind of route. But then inside me, I'm like, raw, fuck all of that, bro. I give zero fucks about that, bro. I want to experience this world. I want to experience the expansion of this world and see all of these amazing things and whatnot. Do you get me? And it was just that just made me question whether, you know, my goals are my goals, or are mine influenced by the society and these ideals that I've been fed and whatnot. Do you get me?
I just wanted to add something. Well, I can't remember who said it, but there's a famous person that says a person's freedom ends when another person's freedom begins, right? So for me, what does it mean is like, if we want to live in a collective, like in a society, you can have free will, but for me, it's always going to be kind of an illusion, because unless you're alone on Earth or alone in wherever the fuck you want to do things, then you won't truly have freedom or free will, because you will all have to like check yourself and control yourself, not to go overboard or not to impact on another person's point of view of freedom. So yes, you've got free will to want to do something. You can't actually do whatever you want.
To an extent, I think you can, though. Do you get me? Like, I don't think you have to be... Me doing what's good for me doesn't have to impede on what's good for you. Do you get me in it? As long as, like I said, when you come into contact with yourself in it, you realize that love is like the highest frequency. Do you get me, fam? And that comes with respect as well. Me doing what's best for me doesn't mean I have to shit on you and what's best for you. I can still be respectful of what's best for you while still doing what's best for me. Do you know what I mean? Like, if our paths cross and it's in a way where it's going to conflict and whatnot, like, as natural, rational human beings, bro, we can work that shit the fuck out. Do you get me? It doesn't have to be where one has to trample on each other. Literally, by a simple conversation and getting to know and understand each other, we can literally work that out easy, bro. Do you get me?
Diplomacy always works.
Exactly. Yeah. Real shit. It's not like, no, you don't have to be stepping on, because I think people feel like, oh, if one person's really free, then they can really go to extremes and do something that hurts other people and whatnot. But that's literally thinking on the extreme side. Do you get me? If you're literally being rational and normal and just literally wanting to enjoy and hold the frequency of love, bro, you be very understanding to other people. And as a result, because you're emitting this love frequency, they'll be very understanding of you. Do you get me? As humans, we were designed to coalesce. Do you get me? To be in the same realm, fam. Do you get me? And do stuff without necessarily conflicting. Yeah, coexist. You get me? And I think it's definitely possible, fam. Everyone can be free and happy in it, yeah, without impeding on other people's freedom and happiness. Because when you're really happy, all of these fuck shit features in it about you start to disappear. You feel me? It's because we're in this fucked up sort of environment now, and you're saying it, yeah, that people have such vices, for example, you know, sex, drugs, all of this stuff that leads man to do all of these crazy things that then become dangerous. Do you get me? Remove all of that in it, yeah, and you're just a man, you're just a woman, and you're in tune with yourself, and you realize that you understand what this life is, in it, and how expansive it is. Bruv, you ain't trying to step on no one's toes for no reason.
Just the final point, like to round it up, like what Ray was describing, I think, like really sounds like original African philosophy, Ubuntu. Basically saying, I am because we are. And what you were saying earlier on, like you basically like experiencing a struggle. Like the struggle you've experienced is like the struggle between like the natural man, which is like the beauty of nature, and the material man. That wants to have things because society has told him, has told us to like to be someone, you have to have these things. But ultimately, it doesn't go with the way how our society is built. And finally, what I wanted to say is, like, as a species, we have to go back to being a natural man, because ultimately capitalism will destroy us.